It was a chilly autumn evening when I decided to take a walk in the park. The sky was turning dark, and the trees looked like tall shadows against the fading light. Leaves crunched under my feet as I walked along the narrow path. The park was empty, and it felt a little spooky. As I walked further, I heard a soft whisper in the wind. I stopped and looked around, but there was no one there. I shrugged it off and kept walking. The park's lamp posts flickered, casting eerie shadows that made me feel uneasy. I could hear my heart beating faster. Suddenly, I saw a faint light ahead. It looked like someone was standing near the old oak tree. I felt a chill run down my spine. I tried to tell myself it was just my imagination, but my feet kept moving towards the light. As I got closer, the figure became clearer. It was a woman dressed in a long, flowing white dress. She seemed to glow in the darkness. I stopped a few feet away, afraid to get any closer. The woman turned slowly and looked at me. Her face was pale and her eyes were hollow. She raised her hand as if to beckon me closer. My legs felt like they were frozen to the ground. I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. The ghostly figure started to move towards me. She floated above the ground, her dress swaying with each step. My heart pounded in my chest, and I felt a cold sweat on my forehead. The air around me grew colder with each passing second. The woman stopped right in front of me, her eyes staring into mine. She opened her mouth to speak, but no sound came out. Instead, I heard her voice in my head. "Help me," she whispered. "Find my locket." I was terrified, but I managed to nod. She pointed towards the old oak tree, and I knew I had to look there. The woman slowly vanished, leaving me alone in the darkness. I walked to the oak tree, my hands trembling. I searched the ground around the tree, and after a few minutes, I found an old, rusty locket buried under the leaves. I picked it up and felt a strange sense of relief. I knew I had to return it to the ghostly woman. I stood up and turned around, but she was gone. The park was silent again. I whispered into the night, "I found it." Suddenly, the air grew warmer and I felt a gentle breeze. I knew she was finally at peace. I hurried out of the park, my heart still racing but with a sense of closure. When I got home, I couldn't stop thinking about the ghostly figure in the park. I kept the locket on my desk as a reminder of that eerie night. From then on, I never walked in the park after dark, but I knew I had helped a lost soul find peace.